welcome back to Building Better English Communication Skills. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you. Really excited for today's session. Ready to help our listeners boost their speaking.
Absolutely. That's exactly what this deep dive is all about. We've got some, really good speaking practice questions lined up. Things that are super helpful if you're prepping for an English exam. It's all about, getting comfortable and hearing different ways to answer.
Right, exactly. And hearing these examples helps you understand the kind of language, the complexity maybe that's expected at different levels, like B1, B1 plus B2.
Definitely. Before we properly jump in, just a quick reminder, if you find this helpful, please do hit like and subscribe. It really, really helps us out.
Yeah, it does. It lets us keep creating more useful stuff like this for you.
So, grab your coffee or tea, get comfy, and let's get started. The way this is going to work is pretty simple. We'll take turns. One of us will be the examiner asking a question, and the other will be the candidate giving a few example answers. We'll do them at different levels, B1, B1 plus seg, and B2.
Nice. So you can really hear the difference, the progression, as the English gets, more advanced for the same question.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll kick us off then. I'm the examiner first. Question 1. What job would you like to do in the future? Why?
Okay.
Now, I'm the candidate. Here are a few ways to answer. First, maybe a B1 level. I want to be a teacher because I like helping students and talking with people.
Simple, direct.
Right. Now, stepping it up a bit, B1 plus kick. I like to become an English teacher because I enjoy working with young people, and I think teaching is an important job for the future.
Bit more detail there.
And finally, aiming for B2. In the future, I hope to work as a language educator. I find it rewarding to guide students, and I believe education plays a key role in shaping society.
Yeah, you can really hear the jump in vocabulary educator, rewarding, shaping society. More complex ideas.
Okay.
My turn to ask them.
Go for it.
What are some jobs that you think would be boring or fun?
Okay, right. As the candidate. B1 level first. I think working in a bank is boring because you do the same things every day.
Yeah.
A fun job is being a tour guide.
Okay.
For B1 plus, I find office jobs a bit boring because they seem repetitive. Jobs like being a travel blogger or a photographer look really fun to me.
A bit more specific on the fun side there.
Yeah. And then B2 level. I believe monotonous jobs like data entry might feel boring due to a lack of creativity. On the other hand, creative jobs such as event planning or acting seem enjoyable and dynamic.
Nice. Using words like monotonous, creativity, dynamic, that really pushes it to B2. Good contrast. Okay, next question for you. I'll ask again.
Okay.
What causes stress? How do you feel when you're stressed?
Stress. Okay, B1 answer. I feel stressed when I have too much homework. I feel tired and sometimes angry.
Relatable for students?
Definitely. B1 plus, it's stress happens when I have too many things to do, especially before exams. When I'm stressed, I feel nervous and can't focus.
Adds the context of exams and the can't focus feeling.
And for B2, stress is often caused by pressure from school, deadlines, or personal issues. When I'm stressed, I tend to feel overwhelmed and find it harder to think clearly or sleep well.
Yeah, overwhelmed, harder to think clearly, sleep well. Much more detailed description of the causes and effects. Okay, your turn to be the examiner.
All right. Question for you. Do you think that people are more stressed nowadays? Why?
Interesting one. Okay, B1 level. Yes, I think so because people work a lot and don't have much free time.
Straightforward.
Yeah. B1 plusa. I believe people today are more stressed because life is faster and there are more problems like traffic and job pressure.
Okay, adding some specific examples like traffic.
Right. And for B2. Yes, modern life has become more stressful due to high expectations, long working hours, and the constant pressure to succeed, especially in competitive environments.
That's a much broader perspective.
Yeah.
High expectations, pressure to succeed, competitive environments. Very B2.
Exactly, trying to link different factors.
Right.
Okay, my turn to ask again. Are you a risk taker or a risk avoider? Why do you think so?
Okay, let's see. B1. I don't like taking risks. I want to be safe.
Clear stance.
B1 plus requiens. I think I'm more careful than risky. I like to plan things and don't like surprises.
Right, explaining the preference for planning.
And B2. I would describe myself as a risk avoider because I prefer stability and think carefully before making big decisions. I value security over uncertainty.
Yeah, using terms like risk avoider, stability, uncertainty, that elevates the vocabulary and the reasoning. Okay, last question from me.
Go on.
Are there any survival shows on TV in your country? What happens in them? Do you ever watch them?
Okay, survival shows, B1. Yeah, there is a show where people live in the forest. They have to find food and build a house. I sometimes watch it.
Basic description.
Yeah, B1 plus thing. Yes, we have some survival shows where people try to live in nature with very few things. They build shelters and look for food. I watch them when I have time.
Adds a bit more detail about the conditions. Very few things.
Right. And B2. Yes, there are several survival-themed shows in my country, such as ones where participants are dropped into remote areas with limited supplies. They must use their skills to survive. I watch them occasionally because I find them both entertaining and educational.
Nice. Connecting it to entertaining and educational and using more specific phrasing like participants, remote areas, limited supplies. Excellent.
Great practice. Okay, so for you listening, we want to give you these questions again so you can have a go yourself.
Yeah, definitely try answering these out loud. So number 1.
What job would you like to do in the future? Why?
Number 2. What are some jobs that you think would be boring or fun?
3. What causes stress? How do you feel when you're stressed?
4. Do you think that people are more stressed nowadays? Why?
Number 5. Are you a risk taker or a risk avoider? Why do you think so?
And finally, number 6. Are there any survival shows on TV in your country? What happens in them? Do you ever watch them?
We would genuinely love to see your answers. Pop them in the comments below. It's a fantastic way to practice and maybe even get some feedback.
Absolutely. It really helps solidify things. And, well, I think that wraps up our deep dive for today on speaking exam practice.
Yeah, hope that was useful. Hope you heard some helpful examples and feel a bit more confident.
Good luck if you have any exams coming up.
Yes, all the very best. Goodbye for now.
Bye, everyone.